A lot of drivers think Subaru and Mazda sit in the same reliability camp, but when you dig into how these cars hold up past 100,000 miles, the differences are bigger than you'd expect. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarLandTV. It's time to hop in the front seat because today, I'm finally going to reveal which between Subaru and Mazda actually builds the kind of SUV you'll still trust a decade from now. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below, the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. This is not necessary, but those little clicks help a brother out. Plus, it pushes me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now, buckle up, and let's get back to the video. First round, engine design. Every mechanic I've trusted over the years will tell you the same thing. Engine simplicity wins in the long run. And that's where Mazda starts to pull ahead. They've stuck with an inline-4 layout across their lineup, most notably the 2.5-liter Skyactiv G engine. It's naturally aspirated in most trims, direct injected, and has proven to be one of the most reliable non-turbo gas engines on the market. No timing belt nonsense. No weird oil leaks. Just clean, smooth power that consistently hits 200,000 miles with regular maintenance. Now compare that to Subaru's FA Series Flat 4, the boxer engine that powers almost every Subaru SUV. On paper, the low center of gravity is a plus, but ownership-wise, we've seen oil-burning issues, valve spring recalls, and persistent head gasket concerns that haven't fully gone away, even in the newer generations. It's also a more complex setup, with horizontally opposed cylinders requiring tighter packaging, which can drive labor costs up when repairs are needed. Then there's accessibility. I've worked around both, and let me tell you, reaching components on a Subaru Boxer takes more time, more tools, and more patience. That matters when the miles add up. Both brands are committed to their layouts. But when you talk about clean design, ease of maintenance, and fewer long-term failures, Mazda's approach just holds up better. Now let's move on to where most folks get burned long before their engine quits. Second round, transmission. Let me put it this way. If you've ever had to explain to a customer that their CVT needs replacing at 90,000 miles, you know how sideways that conversation can go. Subaru made the switch to CVTs almost across the board a while back, and while it's helped with fuel economy, reliability has been a sticking point. Their Lineartronic CVT has faced multiple class-action lawsuits, and even though Subaru extended warranties on certain model years, a lot of owners have still ended up footing the bill when things go south, just out of coverage. And this isn't rare. NHTSA complaints and forum threads are filled with reports of shuddering, laggy response, and full replacements. Mazda, on the other hand, never jumped on the CVT train. They kept refining their 6-speed torque converter automatics, and honestly, that decision has aged beautifully. It may not win every fuel economy contest on paper, but in the real world, Mazda transmissions feel natural, respond instantly, and just flat out last. I've seen CX-5S with over 160,000 miles still shifting like they were new. No whining, no hesitation, no dreaded transmission rebuild, quote. Maintenance is easier too. You can actually service a Mazda transmission without a degree in wizardry. Subaru's CVTs, on the other hand, have different fluid specs, sealed components, and shops that either won't touch them or charge you dearly if they do. If you want peace of mind every time you drop it into drive, Mazda's got the more dependable gearbox. This time, let's shift over to another critical system that both brands are known for. Third round, all-wheel drive systems. I've lived in snow country long enough to know good AWD isn't about how it sounds in the brochure. It's about what still works when the plow hasn't come through yet. Subaru has branded the hell out of their symmetrical all-wheel drive system, and to their credit, it works. Full-time power to all four wheels, with a low-mounted boxer engine for balance, it's grippy, confidence-inspiring, and one of the few all-wheel drive systems in this price range that feels genuinely capable on loose terrain. But there's a catch. Subaru's system is always on, which means more mechanical complexity, more moving parts to wear down. And when things do go bad, like center differentials or electronic control modules, they're not cheap. I've seen owners with older Outbacks get quoted north of $2,000 for all-wheel drive-related repairs. If you're running into rust or leaking seals on that center diff, that repair can quickly eat into the car's value. Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive system doesn't run full-time. It's predictive. It uses sensors to detect wheel slip and proactively sends power to the rear when needed. Less mechanical stress, fewer components constantly in motion, and fewer reports of failure even past 100,000 miles. Now, is it as hardcore off-road? But for 99% of folks driving to work, to the mountains, or through a Midwest ice storm, it holds up. And if we're talking about longevity and repair bills, I'd take the lower maintenance layout Mazda runs with. But all-wheel drives are only part of the story. Next up, let's dissect the two brands using something that's become a deal-breaker in newer vehicles. Fourth round, electronics and tech. Let's be honest, modern cars aren't just engines and wheels anymore. They're computers with license plates. And when you're trying to live with a car past the warranty period, the biggest headaches often come from the little things: frozen infotainment screens, glitchy sensors, blind spot systems that throw false alerts, or backup cameras that cut out when you need them most. Subaru's eyesight system has come a long way, but it's still known for being sensitive. Replace your windshield with aftermarket glass, and you might need to recalibrate the entire system at your cost. That's not theoretical. I've seen customers pay $500 to re-aim eyesight after a simple chip repair turned into a windshield replacement. And if that camera gets dirty or fogged, good luck keeping adaptive cruise and lane keep engaged in the snow or rain. Mazda's tech suite is simpler, but that's part of why it's more reliable. You still get adaptive cruise, lane centering, and all the core safety gear, but it doesn't rely on stereo cameras behind the windshield. Their blind spot system is radar-based, and it just works. I haven't had to reset or recalibrate anything on a customer CX-5. And their infotainment is less flashy, but fewer freeze-ups, and Apple CarPlay has been stable across model years. You want confidence every time you hit the road, not a software update. And that makes Mazda the safer bet when it comes to long-term tech dependability. Speaking of long-term, let's talk about how these brands handle breakdowns when they actually do happen. Who's got your back when stuff fails? Fifth round, warranty claims and dealer service. Buying the right SUV is one thing. Getting the right support when something goes sideways is a whole different game. Over the years, I've heard too many Subaru owners say, "I love the car, but the dealership didn't do me right." And unfortunately, the data backs that up. Subaru has had a rocky track record when it comes to warranty handling, especially around CVT repairs and electrical gremlins. Their warranty is average, which is around 3 years or 36,000 miles basic, and 5 years or 60,000 miles for the powertrain. But it's the gray area after year 3 where things get fuzzy. Some dealers go to bat for you. Others will shrug off a transmission failure at 75,000 miles like it's routine. Mazda's coverage is similar on paper, but their dealer experience has consistently ranked higher in service satisfaction surveys from Consumer Reports and J.D. Power. What stands out isn't just the warranty, it's how they handle borderline cases. I've seen Mazda cover out-of-warranty infotainment modules and seat heaters simply because the customer had consistent maintenance records and didn't try to cut corners. That's not universal, but it tells you Mazda's playing the long game when it comes to customer retention. Parts costs are also a real-world factor. Subaru components, especially for all-wheel drive or CVT work, tend to run higher. Mazda keeps it lean and uses more common parts across its lineup. That pays off when you're out of coverage and facing a repair bill. Service matters, and when it comes to support after the sale, Mazda's system is just more consistent. But before I wrap this one up, I want to talk about the ownership costs and resale value of Mazda and Subaru cars. After all, reliability isn't just about problems. It's about how much they actually cost you over time. Sixth round, ownership costs and resale value. Now let's get down to what really hits the wallet, how much these cars actually cost you to own. Reliability isn't just avoiding the shop, it's about how much your SUV holds its value and what it costs to keep it running smoothly past year 5. Subaru does well on paper here. The Forester and Outback, in particular, have some of the highest resale values in their class, according to Kelley Blue Book's 5-year cost-to-own data. That's partly due to brand loyalty and the all-wheel drive standard setup that holds appeal in snowbelt states. But here's the rub. Those numbers don't account for out-of-pocket repairs once the warranty runs out. And when you factor in the higher risk of CVT issues, oil consumption, and spotty electronics on aging models, that resale premium starts to look less like a value and more like a gamble. Mazda, meanwhile, used to fly under the radar in resale, but not anymore. The CX-5, for example, now holds value almost as well as a Forester and ranks higher in repair cost predictability according to Edmunds' true cost-to-own analysis. Insurance is often cheaper on Mazdas too, because they don't use continuously variable transmissions or the same level of always-on AWD complexity. I've seen owners keep Mazdas for 10 years with minimal surprise expenses, just brakes, tires, and oil changes. That's the kind of predictability that pays off long-term. After everything we've gone through, from engines to tech, transmissions to service, it's clear that reliability isn't just about what runs well today. It's about what keeps running, without issue, 5 or 10 years from now. And in this matchup, I've got to give the edge to Mazda. Here's why. Subaru builds capable, road-gripping machines that are beloved in bad weather states. Their AWD is solid, their resale is strong, and their safety focus is real. But too many long-term issues have crept up across model years, especially CVT reliability, oil consumption, and tech quirks that don't go away with time. And when something breaks out of warranty, Subaru's fix-it culture just isn't as consistent. Mazda, on the other hand, plays it straight. They've kept their drivetrains simple. They use proven engine designs, traditional automatics, and leaner AWD systems that work when they need to, without overcomplicating things. That simplicity shows up in the ownership experience. Fewer surprise repairs, lower parts costs, and a driving feel that still gives you something to enjoy, even after the new car smell fades. If I had to pick a brand to buy used, run past 150,000 miles, and count on with minimal fuss, it'd be Mazda. Its cars are known for solid engineering that keeps working. They're into building machines that hold up when the miles stack up.